here and here. Okay, I think that should be good. I'm always, like, it doesn't it doesn't matter how often I do a stream start, I'm always nervous and thinking I'm gonna do it incorrectly. Ay, ay, ay. Hello, Eve. Hello, Sierra. Hello, Talon. Welcome in, welcome in. You guys are on time. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well today. Fujin, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope everyone's doing well. And Dual Thrones, hello, hello. My goodness gracious. Welcome in, welcome in. I was just saying that, I'm always nervous going live no matter how often I do it. I'm always, like, trying to check way too many things at once. The title changed? What do you mean the title changed? Nanashi, hello, hello. I'm doing good, I'm doing good. First thing I'll say is I'm definitely getting Switch 2. Nice. Yeah, I changed the stream topic because I'm just like, I know people are gonna be talking about this and wanting to talk about this. And my previous thing on the schedule was like, I'm doing art, so I might still try to be doing some art. I might still try to be roughing it some emotes, but if I can't get to that, then I'm fine just, like, you know, chit-chatting about all the stuff on people's minds, right? I'm sure a lot of people are talking about it. And hello, Vessa, and hello, Grape Soda. I hope you're doing well today. How is everybody doing? We are halfway through the week. The only thing I use Switch for is working out with Ring Fit and playing retro game. So, sadly, no, because it's wireless, I think they said Ring Fit was still compatible. I think it's, like, limited compatibility or something like that. Because, I forgot how that worked. I saw that just a second ago, and they were saying, like, oh, it's limited compatibility, doesn't entirely work. What are people talking about? Switch? Yeah. Switch 2 Direct just dropped this morning. Tired, but I survived? GameCube games are fun to see again. Yeah, true. As to how I am, 2 weeks. 2 weeks until you can improve things, or 2 weeks into another session of things. It's a great workout? Yeah, it seems like it. I never had Ring Fit, but I've always debated on it. But yeah, the GameCube games are really exciting, right? The GameCube games are, I'm excited for Wind Waker for people. Until the pins come out. Ah, okay. I hope it goes well. I hope that goes well. I'm fine with the upfront cost, and the games look fun, but $80 when Nintendo games never go on sale, I'm torn. I really don't blame you, yeah. And, like, honestly, my opinion is, like, so many of what they showed were, like, existing games. Like, just a little bit of extra DLC to work with the next console, but, like, otherwise pretty much the same game. Like, that was the majority of it, right? No longer have to scour old stores with the 7 Cs to play older games. That's true, that's true. With GameCube added for Switch Online, exclusive for Switch 2 users. I really don't like that. I really don't like that. Added for Switch Online, exclusive to Switch 2. I'm not happy about that. Like, I was kind of half expecting it, to be honest. I was saying, like, if they're gonna add GameCube compatibility, it's gonna be for the next generation console. It's gonna be, like, their way to get people in. I have a feeling that this is gonna be locked off. But, like, I'm not happy that it's locked off at all. Hello, Cinder. Hello. And hello, Ninja Frog. How are you guys both doing today? I legit don't think the Switch one could even play GameCube games. It could. Okay, if the Switch can play Breath of the Wild, there's no reason it couldn't play Twilight Princess, right? And Lorian Locke, hello. It is nice to see you. Hello, welcome in. It feels cheap, but it's effective marketing. It does feel... it's really effective marketing, but, like, dang, that hurts. Also, why why have why have Wind Waker and not Twilight Princess? Because people have been talking for ages about how you should basically just bundle them together at this rate, right? Where's Twilight Princess? I'd love it if they bring GameCube to Switch. They're not going to now. Now they never will. Now it's only ever gonna be Switch 2. Click this by accident, but I guess I live here now. Well, we're happy to have you, Lorian. Hello, hello. And thank you so much for following. It is lovely to see you. Hello. Welcome in. I have a little bit, yeah, I'm ranting a little bit. Honestly, I think that, I think I will there's nothing that 100% gripped me to going for it. The Wind Waker was probably the main thing that caught my attention, but Wind Waker is not worth the entire console. You know what I mean? Okay, Twilight Princess would increase that barrier to entry a little bit, but it's not... It's still not there for me. I think, I know there's been some people talking about how they might, skip a generation. I might end up being in the boat, because I still have, I grabbed a bunch of Steam games, for future streams, and honestly, that's kind of where my mental focus is right now, and I do still have a lot of existing Switch games that I can play, so I feel like on the game side, I'm kind of in a good spot right now. They definitely caught my attention with the Wind Waker stuff, I have to say. They, you know, it's like, oh, you're not really captivated by anything? Here, we'll throw this in your face. But, yeah, I don't know. Hey, IRIAM, why? Why do you say that? We're still good here, right? IRIAM is threatening me. IRIAM's threatening me. No! Stop with the threats. Behave! Hush! Stop. No. We are gone. Am I appearing on your side? Am I still... Yeah, no, Zapdos is definitely back. Am I still... here? Hello? Testing? Can you guys hear me at all? Okay. Nope. Definitely not. Awesome. Okay. BRB. Alright. Awesome. Everything died. We will try that in just a sec. to the IRIAM thing here, and we'll do this. I don't think it's probably not gonna be very great, but something's better than nothing, right? Honestly. Yeah, no, YouTube side is like really freaking out, and I'm not sure why. Wow, okay. That's a lot of dropped frames. I'm not really sure. Oh, okay, we're gone again. Are we good on the IRIAM end? Is the IRIAM end okay? That's all I need to know. Speed test. Oh, right, thank you. Thank you for reminding me that I have this and that it exists. Okay. We are trying the thing. Stuttering. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Because I can't see that. Audio lag. Lovely. Ah. Audio and model lag. IRIAM's disintegrating. Lovely. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love to hear that everything is breaking and dying. It's input lag? I don't know what to do about it, though. That's the thing. Hang on, do I still have my... Hang on a sec. Where's my V8 Where's my V8 tube when this breaks? At least on the YouTube side. Hang on. Where's my... Is it spout? Is it Schust? Which is it? It's not, it's no. Where's... Oh, nope, that died too. Everything's dying. Oh. They're lower than they could be, but they're not terrible. They're still, like, in the 300s. So that's not terrible, honestly. Right? That's not horrible. Alright, why does spout not want to work? I love when nothing... There we go. Okay. I'm alive on the YouTube side in some form, so... I'll deal with that, I guess. We're okay now? We're good? Is everything okay? Are we all set? Yes? Okay. Think so? Okay. Sounds good. Seems so. Alright. Hey! Hey! Well, that's just gonna make things worse. Oh. Yes, hello, welcome in, and blank hello. Stress test. Hey. Very good stress test, I guess. Very good stress test. Alright. We should be good. I don't like how the YouTube side is just V8 tube reactive. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I have nothing else. IRIAM tracking definitely, yeah, IRIAM tracking did break on the YouTube side, but, I can't get the chat back. I might try it again in a bit. Sort of let things settle, let things calm down. Cinder, thank you very much for following. I appreciate it, especially in this absolutely chaotic time. I hope you're doing well. I told you the speed test. I said it's like in the 300s. Like it's not. I'll hit the button again. I'll hit the button again. Well, this has been a fantastic start. I'm used to chaotic streams. Oh, there we go. There you go. Well, if you're used to chaos, welcome to the madness. Welcome to the madness. That is the atelier. That is the stargazers. Alright, okay. Oh. Speed test doubled. Speed test double numbers. Double number better. We got better numbers now. Is that good? Can we deal with that? Beginning to feel like the only proper way to understand stargazers is a mob of carbuncles and cool mirror shades, not looking at the mushroom cloud behind them. I mean, that is pretty much what I illustrated, isn't it? Much better? Okay. Alright. I don't want to break things to try to get IRIAM back on the YouTube side. What do you guys think? Immersed Rhyme, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Your name doesn't sound familiar, but it doesn't say that you're new. Did you change your name? If you read carefully, GameCube games will be available on Switch, only for Switch 2. I think you said that, didn't you? Whatever works. I'm always nervous to try. I'll try it once. Here, let me reset all the things. And I'll see if that works, and if it doesn't, I won't try it again. Because I need to get used to, like, needing to mess around with IRIAM and not being afraid if I break something if it's already breaking. Now, just haven't used IRIAM in a while? Okay, that's fair. Crossing fingers. Thank you, I very much appreciate this. We might end up with a pause stream again, just because it's the only way to get the relay thing, so that's why I always try to set it up ahead of time. Alright, let's see. Let's stick around. Please. Zapdos, I beg of you. Alright. Let's try this. Please work. Please work. We are working. 5, 9, 3. Okay. We are working. I think we're okay. Get me out of here. Get me out. Okay. Are we good? Did we do it? No! Okay. Stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. Come on. Please. Come back. Come back. I beg of you. Okay. Are we good? I'm not doing that again. Are you guys here? Are you guys still here? I'm not doing that again. It still crashed. I got it back quickly, but it still crashed. Okay. We're good. I heard you JoJo punching your desk. Immerse Rhyme, thank you for following. Thank you. Okay, alright. Let me just, oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We are good, and I'm gonna get myself out of the way here. There we go! We're back on both ends! Oh, okay. This wins for most chaotic start to most tech-issued stream. Well, no, I probably have had just as equivalent tech issue, frankly, but this has been like, I don't know, this is up there. We live. Nintendo cursing the stream. Why would Nintendo, is it because I said that I wasn't, this happened right as I said that I wasn't going to be getting it. Oh my god. Help. That's literally, like, when everything ended. Oh. Conte, hello, welcome in. Star Fox squeaky toy merch? Why squeaky toy merch? Why is everyone saying squeaking? What is squeaking? Alright, okay. We're back now, right? I think I can read you guys. I think I can read chat. I think I can see things. Because I squeaked? Nintendo's like Yakuza Star. If you say anything bad about them, let's just say you'll be swimming with live sushi. Okay. Is it bad that I was like reading your message and I read Nintendo and I read sushi, but I didn't read sushi. Oi. Big Mon, hello, welcome in, congratulations, nope, I take it back. Nope, you're not safe either. I was about to say, congratulations, you came in avoiding after all the scuff is gone, but no, now the scuff is just me not being able to talk correctly. When you yell or laugh, you squeak. Some of my friends say I sound like a duck too. I don't know what anything is anymore. Oh. Okay. Alright. We're good. A sword-wielding duck. Sometimes. Sometimes. Alright. Anyway, what were we talking about? Can somebody get me back on track? That would be great. Master spoon-wielding duck. That's why we need a squeaky Star Fox merch. I don't think I'd make a good squeaky toy. Twilight Princess, please. Please, Twilight Princess. I think that's what we were saying. I was saying that, like, they got my attention with Wind Waker, right? I was very, very excited for Wind Waker. And, I really was hoping that they would be released at the same time, but actually, okay, now that I think about it a little more, it makes sense that they're not releasing it at the same time, because if they can spread it out, then they get more attention on it, right? So Twilight Princess, they'll probably announce, like, 6 months-ish or so? Is Twilight Princess on Wii? I know it was on GameCube. I believe it is on Wii, yeah, but, I need it on Switch. Would I pay $80 for Twilight Princess? I would pay $80 for Twilight Princess if I did not also have to buy the Switch 2 console. Duckun. I would... yeah. I mean, would I immediately? No, I wouldn't immediately. But... yeah, I probably would, like, if I could just, like, have it on Switch, just to have it, just to... like, secure it, right? But I really thought that there would be, like, a Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, like, combination thing, because I would pay for a combo. I would, I'd pay $100 for both. That's what's been going around from what I heard. I don't know if it's true or false. Yeah, no, there's links directly on the site now. If you look at, like, the Donkey Kong game, or, I forget which the other one was. I think the Mario Kart one? Yeah. No, they are expensive now. Charming Falcon, hello, welcome in, and hello, Loot, welcome in. For those of you guys who are new here, hello, my name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune. I am some call me a royalty of scuff on the IRIAM side, but hello. Hello. Oh, Charming Falcon, I don't know if you saw the design that I finished up. I hope it is alright. I hope it looks alright for you. Eddie, hello on the IRIAM end, on the YouTube end, hello. Oh, I can't even talk properly without the scuff. It's not great. IRIAM Queen of Scuff. Yeah, as long as Monarch doesn't join IRIAM, I'm probably holding the title for a while. You didn't adore it? Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I wanna, I want to eventually, like, make a way for it to be easier for, for people to design stargazers and everything. Loot, thank you so much for following. Thank you, thank you. Monarch would give the title to you. Oi. Did I do any April Fool's things? I do not do April Fool's things. I get very, very nervous around April Fools. The most that I do for April Fools is I released, some VTuber PNG assets. I got 2 people on Etsy buying PNG assets, so that's cool. But I don't participate in, like, the crazy stuff. And I was trying to assure people that, like, at least in the server, or, like, when I'm making announcements, that they're not April Fool's stuff. Although I did get fooled, by some stuff. You didn't, so Zapdos came in? Yeah, I avoided it for too long, and then it's like, well, we're gonna do this one way or another. But yeah, what was it? I felt... I can sometimes, fall for that kind of stuff fairly easily. So there was, one that I didn't realize when it was posted, and the video was on, like, how to pre-order, the Nintendo Switch 2, right? And so I was like, oh, that would be good to know. I'll add it to the watch later thing. And I'll check it out later. And then, people were asking, like, oh, you know, how do we get this? How do we pre-order it? And I'm like, oh, I think I know a video for that. Go and check watch later, it's gone. Go and check person's channel, it's gone. Think about it a little bit, and I'm like, oh. Oh, that probably wasn't a real video, was it? I only kept untying my friend's shoes till he almost screamed. What the heck? No! No! I would be afraid of falling. Celtic Alchemist, hello, welcome in, welcome in! You kept untying and tying them together, my gosh. How's it going? It's going alright, it's going alright. We had a beginning of scuff. We had a beginning of all the tech stuff, but we're good now, we're alive. We are around, we are here. And we're chit-chatting about the, about April Fools and about the Nintendo Switch stuff. But yeah. He was attacked by Zapdos sent by Nintendo Yakuza. I mean, they did announce Yakuza for Switch 2 as well, right? So, that's not super far off, is it? I wish the game prices were April Fools, right? Right? I was saying earlier, like, so I'm mainly a handheld player. I mainly have played handheld games, and, like, you know, the stream games are new to me. PC gaming is new to me, but I've mainly been a handheld player. So, handheld games have always been, priced cheaper. So, in my head, games in general are, like, half of what they are right now. And I still, like, in my head, a game should be, like, 30 or 40. I got a little bit more used to the 60 price point because I got a Switch, but I still, like, majority of things that I've bought game-wise was like, around 30, 40. Just realized I didn't respond after you posted the finished product, my bad. Even showed my wife, she thought it was appropriate. Well, I'm glad that you like it. That means a lot. Do you think Nintendo will lower the price after the backlash? I do not think that they will lower the price after the backlash. I can't really think of any times that Nintendo has changed anything due to backlash. Can you guys think of anything in recent memory? Oh my gosh, Big Bon. That's not a... You don't want people falling at that age. That's not a good thing. That's really not a good thing. You do not want people falling at that age. That's very, very not good for them. That can be really, really, really risky. That can be really, 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 really risky. You definitely don't want anyone falling at that age at all. That's like, I'm sorry, that's not really funny to me. Yeah, I really would not mess with that. That is a really, really bad age, if you have a hard fall. That can be very, very, very detrimental. Meanwhile, Starlight's doing the Hades thing from the Disney movie. It's good. It's cool. I'm good. I'm cool. It's fine. I'm fine. My whole life is just I'm fine, honestly. Hopefully it's just jokes. I hope so. I hope so. And again, like I said, I can be naive with this thing. Sometimes I don't know if someone is joking. So, yeah. Yeah. Regardless if it is a joke or not, let's not joke about that kind of stuff. Yeah, my hair's just gonna start, like, catching on fire. Foxfire. Very naive, I second that, and I am too. Well, at least we can, like, even it out there, right? I'm glad to hear he's fine. I'm glad to hear that. As someone suffering from the effects of bad falls, strongly endorse Starlight's position on... Yeah, yeah. I understand if you didn't know any better, but let's not focus on that kind of thing. Let's not encourage that kind of thing. So, I understand you didn't know any better. I'm a little bit... I can be a little bit, stricter in my streams than most. But yeah, you know, let's just keep things on the up and up. Let's be kind to people. Let's, you know, look out for people's well-being. I think that that's very important. Okay, if it was real, you don't have to pretend either. Don't lie. Don't lie. If it was real and you didn't know that it wasn't a good thing, then that's one thing. You just... Don't lie. That makes things worse. Do not lie to the fox. Be positive, except about Nintendo. I really love Nintendo, but they are doing a lot of things that are making me question a lot of things. I may be naive, but I do have a little bit more of a radar for fibbing. In the sense of people trying to cover it up. I have a little bit too much experience with that, sadly. But yeah. Do not invoke the wrath of fox spirits. Or any spirits, for that matter, really. Don't test deities, gods, and demigods. In general. You never catch my fibs? That's because they're usually on the fairly innocent side. The ones that I catch are usually the ones where I really have to, control something, you know? Like, oh my gosh. I remember one time we had a member in the Discord server, and they were trying to pass off AI art as their own, and they kept going, they kept trying to, like, push it and push it and push it, and I was like, this can't be yours, because because the spirals in this picture of your sketchbook are melting off, and they're like, oh no, it's just a glitch in the scan. I'm like, I've scanned many things, and I've scanned spiral sketchbooks. That's not how it works. Trust me. Don't do deals with the Fae. Sorry, generational trauma. What if I am also Fae, though? What if I technically count under that umbrella? Nintendo won't ever lower prices if they continue to sell like they have. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Because, people were saying earlier, that, PlayStation and Xbox, they don't have as much going for them as Nintendo does. So, yes, they are technically competition, but they're not really much competition. In the sense of, like, you know, how many games are there on PlayStation, aside from Astrobot? Like, how many games are there on PlayStation? And it's like, Nintendo does not have nearly as much competition. Yeah, yeah. Take that deal in Bunny Bear? What? I don't have a soul to worry about. Speaking of AI, One Piece animated director wants to send legal action against the Ghibli art trend. That's interesting, considering that it's like, how would that work, right? If it's the One Piece anime director, how would it go against, how would they send legal action against Ghibli work if it's not theirs? Like, it's cool that they want to help, but also, how do you send legal action in place of the other party? That's kind of an interesting concept. Although, one thing that's very interesting, and I won't spend too much time on this, because I know that you guys hear it way too often, but in regards to the Ghibli thing, someone on Reddit was pointing out that, that kind of, sort of, in a way, broke the camel's back. The Ghibli art actually upset a lot of non-artists. Actually upset a lot of non-artists and even AI art generator people who sort of like took a step back after all that, and a lot of people who are like non-artists, non-creatives just really appreciate Ghibli work. They kind of they kind of got really disgusted by it. So TLDR, the public is genuinely starting to really dislike AI art overall, like, more than they have been. Yes, it's still going to be everywhere. Yes, your grandmother on Facebook is still going to fall for the baby unicorn video. Yes, there are people who are still going to be generating it right and left. But the general public opinion is starting to shift. And I think that's really interesting. On a Dexter article? Interesting. I hope someone sets a legal precedent for this. It's getting out of control. It really is, right? But yeah, don't mess with Ghibli, because that's actually really... That's really changing people's opinions lately. Like, very quickly, people were talking about how this week alone has sort of, like, developed. And it kind of put the headlights on, so to speak, right? And people were saying that if it had developed really slowly and gradually, then it would have been more like, you know, frog in a boiling pot. Like, people would have gotten used to it and would have gotten accustomed to it. But because they're trying to push it so much and they're trying to, like, they're trying to, like, intensify it so much, people are waking up a lot faster. I hope the public shift doesn't become a witch hunt the way the collective thought shift tends to. Yeah, no, that's fair. Like, I know there's a lot of legitimate, genuine artists who've been accused of AI, so I don't like that kind of thing. But I do think it's nice that the public opinion is shifting more to not wanting to invest in it and not wanting to support it, right? People being like, oh wow, that's really good. Oh, it's AI? Oh, never mind. You know, that kind of thing. Whoever started the Ghibli AI art trend, I guess we could say thank you in a sense. It's made the general public feel the way they are now. I believe it was just simply the creators of the software. Because they, the reason that the Ghibli thing happened is because the software itself got an update. The data set, evolved. What was it? I think it was Midjourney. It got new updates to be, like, more accurate and more realistic. And then, I think that they were, like, advertising with it or something like that. I don't know the exact details, but I know that it's due to an update in the software. ChatGPT is not for image generation, so I don't think so. Or, I don't know, maybe it evolved to doing that too. I have no idea. But one of the major softwares, probably Midjourney, had a big update, and people were using the Ghibli thing to show how good it got, basically. But yeah. So that's, I'm glad that the public opinion is sort of shifting. I'm hoping it kind of continues to shift. I really I want to try to, like, you know, keep priding and branding myself as someone who does things by hand. I think a lot of artists should take that approach, sort of separating themselves and really showing the progress behind their work and showing the craft and all those kind of things. Just grab some water real quick. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that shifting a bit. The public sentiment turning against it, as well as just becoming more aware of it, is really big. They'll have to proceed any legislation against generative AI. Yeah, exactly. Imagine in the future AI robot is learning how to actually physically draw art. That was one reason that I couldn't watch my friend playing Detroit Become Human. Because it's one of their favorite games, and they have a scene like that. They have a scene where they're like, well, what's the difference then if the robot just looks exactly like a human and, like, taps into its emotion and like, physically draws something. And I've been, like, so torn on that concept because, like, there's a part of me that thinks that would maybe be better if I feel like, and if they actually had to, like, you know, pick up the brush and everything and, like, work actually, like, I don't know, really. I was looking at the Detroit Become Human scene, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, like, does this make it better or worse? I feel like it kind of makes it better in a way, but I don't think I'm really able to, like, grasp the entire situation to really break down if it is better or worse. I think it's something that we can't really, like... I think it's something we can't really fathom at the moment. Right? Like... Because that's just getting into, Gen AI. And Gen AI is scary to me. The only fully aware android that I would approve of would be, it's Vesa. I think it depends on perspective. No side would be wrong, but that won't happen anytime. Yeah, I'm hoping not. Sometimes I get really scared with how things, progress, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want things to progress this quickly. Velniar, hello, welcome in! Joke's on you, I'm only half aware. Yeah, I don't really know how I would feel about that. Jen is kind of terrifying. You know, all that Terminator talk and whatnot. AI's been slowly invading our career too. We're starting to get notices from competition holders that they're cracking down on recipes being sent in that may have been AI generated. Oh my gosh. ChatGPT, make me an award-winning drink recipe. What the heck? What the heck? That's so... Ugh, I need more people to still be able to do stuff for themselves. I don't like opening my email and the first thing it says is, try our new tool so that you never have to write your own email. I'm like, no, maybe I want to write my own email. Maybe I have a way of speaking that I would like to naturally come across. Maybe I want to, like, write my emails the way I need to. Maybe if I'm talking to, like, a boss or something, I don't want to write something stupid that gets me fired, so I'd like to have full control over that. Ugh. I don't mean witch hunting artists. There's some AI generative sites I used to get mass quality art for things like character tokens, and there's a witch hunt mentality to it. Yeah, I understand that. There's always gonna be that kind of thing. I'm personally not in favor of that, but I'm not going to, like, degrade anyone for using it, you know? Because, like, I hear that all the time, right? I just use this for D&D. I just use this for the cheap D&D work that I need a lot of. I hear ya. I get that. I'm personally not a fan of it still. But, like, I'm not gonna go witch hunting anyone for that, you know? IQ lower with people not writing themselves. Yeah, it's like we're losing skills. We're losing natural skills. People nowadays are to AI as we used to be about switching from email to email from snail mail. But you were writing the same. Like, the only difference there is that you have the faster, the instantaneous sending. But the words you're writing are still your own words. I wrote in cursive. That's awesome. That is also becoming a lost art, is people writing in cursive. But yeah, I think, like, it's the difference when you're still, like, doing the work yourself, right? Like I've talked about how, at some point I'll probably be doing, like, auto subtitling or something for clips. And it's like, the 90% of that work is still my own work. So I think it's like, with snail mail to email, 90% of that is still your own. It's just faster delivery, mainly. All handwriting in Russian is cursive? That's incredible. I hated learning cursive and was validated when I ever used it after 6th grade. It's pretty, though. It's pretty. You could make some decent money, as, like, a stationery designer. You only write my full name in cursive for signing things? That was the point of me being taught to write cursive in school. That's fair, that's fair. But, like, it's pretty. It's very pretty. Don't get me wrong, I'm against using AI in every facet of life, okay. Intellect decay, I seriously see people not wanting to do their own writing and proofreading. They lack the skills and confidence to do those skills. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like, what's the other element? Like, in schools now, teachers are allowing students to use ChatGPT, and they claim that it's teaching the kids to learn how to summarize, information that they're using for, like, you know, book reports or whatever. And I'm like, it's not teaching them how to summarize, it's just summarizing for them. And it's like, yeah, but it's showing them what a good one looks like. It's like, but then they won't be able to do it themselves. And it's like, oh no, they learn how to do it themselves, and we can prove that they get better at doing it themselves when chat does it first, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, that's not something that we should be encouraging. Kids these days are lucky I had to cheat through my college class the old-fashioned way. Oh my gosh, Vesta. Boo. It's pretty, expected artist response. I mean, come on, it's like, it's romantic pretty, right? Cursive is romantic pretty. They're over-relying on the tools. That's my main concern, right? That's my main concern, is, like, you're gonna be over-relying on the tools so much that, like, when you're out of school, you won't be able to, like, do things on your own. That's the scariest part, I think. No numbered pencils. I mean, look, I'm fine with getting rid of, the requirement to do things by hand, in sense of, like, you know, writing things with limited time limits, right? I always hated those. Anything where you have to write stuff, with a time limit. I still have, like, a writer's, hand markings from that'll probably never go away. Teachers who encourage it shouldn't be teachers if they care about the students or their job for that matter. I'm not, like, okay, I agree with you, but I'm not gonna go into it because that's a whole other can of worms, honestly. I agree with you, though. Like, you should not be encouraging this. It's a thing of the tech-savvy kids being unable to function on the computer because the apps have made the skills unnecessary. See, that's the thing, right? There's so many people who say, like, oh, the next generation is, like, more technologically advanced than all the previous ones. My 3-year-old knows how to use my phone better than I do. And it's like, they're not technologically advanced. They made the phones foolproof. They made it so that you can't break anything anymore. It's not that your kid is suddenly better at learning technology than you. It's that the technology has been made with, like, the breakability of a Fisher-Price toy. Like, you can't mess it up. It's made so that you can't mess it up. They're more tech illiterate, but the tech has become significantly simpler and dumbed down. Exactly! Exactly! And the Fisher-Price thing is, like, that's actually what they're selling now. Fisher-Price has, like, toy tablets and toy phones. And then it's like, bleh. Ugh. Lord Tamaris, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I don't like that argument. I don't like that, like, oh, kids are more tech savvy and more tech literate than we will ever be. And it's like, they're not more tech savvy. You just haven't tried to keep up with the tech, and your kid can now type a few app buttons. I don't know who started the AI discussion, but Switch 2. What did you want to cover again with the Switch 2? What did we miss with the Switch 2? I was talking about Wind Waker a lot. What else do you guys think with the Switch 2? We were talking about Wind Waker, and we were talking about the game prices. Gotta open the bar. Have an awesome stream. Take care. Thank you, Celtic Alchemist. I appreciate it. All the best with the bar work. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to, like... I will most likely pass on Switch 2. Just because, like, I'm not really gripped by anything, like, have to get, you know? You're literally the one who changed the subject to AI. Oh my gosh. I wanted to see more title exclusives to, like, really, like, push me to buy, instead of, here's all these games you've already purchased, now purchase them again. Like, does anyone else feel that way? Does anyone else feel like, with all the announcements we saw, 90% of them was for games that people have already either had or already played, or don't want to repurchase, or, I don't know. It just, like, that was the vast majority, right? I think before they showed off the teasers for, like, an actual title-exclusive games, we were already, like, an hour and 55 minutes into the, or not an hour and 55 minutes, 55 minutes, because it was, like, an hour total, right? 55 minutes into the announcements, and then, like, I think we got maybe 3 games that were, like, title-exclusive teasers, the last main one being Donkey Kong, but I wasn't really gripped enough to like, go for anything, you know? Because I honestly, I was expecting a 3D Mario. I guess they decided 3D Donkey Kong this time. I didn't think that Donkey Kong had a big enough of an audience for a, pure launch title compared to Mario. New medium, now buy new copies of what you already own, because new shiny system. Yeah, exactly. Also, Dual Thrones, congrats on the star. Congrats. I need to, oh my gosh, star wallpaper this month, guys. I'm gonna need to promote this more. Star wallpaper this month is going to be Yoshi. Star wallpaper this month is gonna be Yoshi. They're saving the good exclusive reveals until after everyone learned the bad news, and the system, to pull back in. Festa, thank you for the party popper and glow sticks. Staroshi. Donkey Kong is licensed and owned by Microsoft? What? There's history there. Seeing a new original Donkey Kong platforming game is very welcomed. Wait, what do you mean? Eve, thank you for the heart. Thank you. Need to do this. Wait, I'm very confused. Okay. Congrats on the star as well. Thank you. Okay, yes, now you've secured Yoshi. There's been new Donkey Kong games, but 2D. Yeah, that's true. The Microsoft thing. Wait, can somebody explain that? The Microsoft thing? I haven't heard this. Newbie Reaper, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Sorry if the wording's incorrect. I think the company is called Rare, who made the old Donkey Kong games, but it was bought by Microsoft. Wait, I think there's, like, okay, I remember Rare, but now I can't remember how they tie in together. But isn't Donkey Kong still a Nintendo property? Because the first Donkey Kong, like the original Donkey Kong, that was Nintendo, right? What did Rare have a tie-in with? Rare worked with Nintendo to develop some of the Donkey Kong games, but Donkey Kong 64 was made by Rare? Okay. So, I can understand that Rare might have, like, a spot in it, but wasn't Nintendo the originator of it? Like, the original Donkey Kong, right? The original, 8-bit Donkey Kong. Rare made Donkey Kong Country, IP has always been owned by Nintendo. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Like, yeah, I know that Rare works on other things. But I was very confused. I'm like, what does Donkey Kong and Microsoft have to do with each other? But Rare works on, like, a lot of different properties. It's basically just like, hey, good game studio in America that we can work with for, more American-ish style game. If what he's saying was true, you'd see at least one DK game on PC or Xbox. True, yeah. Rare worked on, no, not Spyro. Rare worked on, was it Rayman? No. Banjo-Kazooie? Was it Banjo-Kazooie? What is Rare mainly known for? Yes? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, okay. I think it's more like, I think my understanding is more like, hey, here is a studio that fits the style that we want for this newer Donkey Kong thing. So let's go to the style that kind of has the direction we want. Banjo-Kazooie and Sea of Thieves. Okay. Oh yeah, Sea of Thieves. I should have remembered that one. My wording's not working with Zapdos. Scuff is spreading. Perfect Dark, Conquer, and a bunch. They had quite a bit under the belt. Okay. Wait, am I just seeing something funny, or am I seeing something serious? I just wanna make sure. Okay. No, it's fine. I'm just like, wait, is there anything? Did things crash? Did things die? Okay. Incredible. There's an anthology game called Rare Replay that had like 30 Rare titles from older consoles on it total. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, I need more like built-in collection stuff, right? Like that's what I was saying before with like I wish we had a way of having like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess together, right? In like one package deal. Or Oracle of Seasons and Ages, right? Or wait, didn't they do that? They might have actually done that one. I don't remember now. I need more package deals. If you're gonna make games this expensive now, I need you to package titles together so I feel like I'm not getting ripped off. DK was made specifically for Nintendo. This is my realm of history. I'm an NES collector. Oh, okay. The IP is most certainly Nintendo owned and always has been. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Because I'm thinking about it, right? I'm like, wait, like DK, like, we're talking, like, similar timeline to Mr. Game & Watch, right? Like, I do not think that Microsoft was doing stuff like that. Speaking of April Fools, do you see a new cover MV by Hollow Advent? I can't believe they sang an anime song that I can sing karaoke. I did not, because I tend to avoid any April Fools themed videos. So if I see something being posted, even by a group that I like, and it's posted on April 1st, and it's a music video, I'm going to generally avoid it. They had an old Zelda collection disc on GameCube that had Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, if that counts. I own that. I do know about that one. But, like, that was back on the GameCube. Let's do that again. Let's do that again. Let's do that, but with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Come on. Like, I'll pay $100 if you do it. Just without having to buy a brand new console, please. I think the original Donkey Kong had arcade cabinets and maybe a port on super old game PCs, but I might be mistaken. That probably wouldn't shock me too much. I don't know, like, Okay, my version of funny and other people's version of funny, especially on April Fools, is very clearly different types of funny, as we've already seen in the stream here. Old DK is in when you played as Jumpman pre-Mario. Yeah, no, I knew what you meant. A port on PC, I don't recall, but I knew about the arcade cabinet, yeah. I don't have, like, the greatest video game history knowledge, but I do know some things. So when I heard Microsoft, I immediately had my eyebrows raised. Old DK got into copyright trouble with King Kong. That's... yeah, because it had different names, right? Or because DK wasn't just called DK, right? Because of the second half of the name. The PC port might have been bootleg. Yeah, okay, that's fair. My favorite Miss April Fool's video was Common Mistake Artist Make guy doing an example illustration on hit placement with an invisible character. Okay, that's good, that's good. That's funny. I can appreciate that. I'm trying to think now, like how the... yeah, I don't have as good, like, older game knowledge, but yeah, I knew about the copyright thing just because of the name, which is silly to me. I knew with, like, the arcade cabinets. Rare would definitely be on the newer side. I remember the Rare thing because I tried to apply to Rare once, because every time there is, like, a game or character design, a game or character design listing for anything that's, like, not Blizzard, then it's usually Rare, and I was like, oh, I could work on, like, some Nintendo it's, like, Nintendo property stuff, right? But it's always way out there. Zoomer Star? No, not at all. No, I just don't have the same, history knowledge for it. I have an NES. Nintendo RD1 team developed it pre-NES Nintendo. It was an arcade game first before it was anything else. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. You thought I... And we're just going to... What does that even mean? What? I can't follow. I can't follow this anymore. Is jokes no hurt? Is jokes? I don't know anymore. I can't tell anymore. I don't know how you guys see me anymore. You guys describe me in the strangest ways sometimes. Oh my... Charming Falcon! Constantly evolving. I mean... Thank you, Jewel Thrones. Thank you. I feel like you're a lot more expressive since when I first met you, really? Oh my gosh. I think the chaos has done that. That's very possible. It's become a dunk on Starlight stream. Kinda, yeah, a little bit. If it's not the birds, it's the bunnies. Oh. No, it's fine. It's like... It's funny. I feel like within the last, like, week or two, people have been a lot more open about how they see me. And the answers have all been very interesting, to say the least. It feels like you're holding back less. Same with the bunnies. That's very possible. That's very possible. I mean, yeah, I won't lie, you know, I think that it did take me a while, definitely on the IRIAM side, right, to sort of, like, figure things out. I still don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I do think that I am, like, I don't know, things are evolving, I don't know which direction they're evolving, but I do definitely feel shifts. Ever since you joined IRIAM, you're becoming the meme template of that scene from Disney Mulan. If you know, you know. Wait, which one? There's so many. Wait. I'm trying to think of all the scenes in Mulan right now. What is... There's so many memes in Mulan! There's so many! Can you narrow that down a little? You're being sillier too, so that's fun. Part of the fun is not knowing, expect the unexpected, I suppose. Hey! Wait, that is very much... unexpected. That is very unexpected indeed. It's the one with the secretary guy shaking hands with the emperor. I can't picture it in my head right now because my head is filled with smoke. Thank you, Eve. The mines need more hands? What is it with you guys in the mines? I swear. I could never be Mulan, my hair is too long. The crystals need gathering? No, they don't. Bunnies dig? I mean, okay, yes, but I thought you guys had burrows. You guys somehow, like, Lillian started the burrows, and then somehow you guys evolved from burrows to mines, and I don't know how that happened. Because, like... I can't with Vessa right now. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That was a great job. Oh my gosh. Okay, you did a good job there. I have to give you credit for that one. That was good. That was good. Hey Reaper, I like to imagine it started as my burrow's bigger, nuh-uh, watch. Shiny crystal digging intensifies. I could see it. I could see it. Apparently Disney's song rewrites are a weakness. No, just that line in particular. That was well done. That was really well done. That was good. Because the words just worked too well. That was... I genuinely have to commend you for that one. Oh. I can't even repeat that, Eve. How did we get to this level of pure chaos? All I... Goodness. 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 I just thought it looked fun, so I started following along. Oh my gosh. That is, that seems to be the case in a lot of these instances, isn't it? It all started when you said the word Rome. Wasn't that not even what I meant to say? Wasn't that a, Freudian slip to begin with? Alright, Charming Falcon, all the best. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by, I appreciate it. It was. Yeah, I think I was trying to say home. I think it was a Freudian slip. Or yeah, was it Rome? I don't remember what it was. Was I trying to say Rome like roaming? Either way, it's gotten us into the mess that we have now. But that's okay. I really need to make a map at some point of Illusionari, because you guys are talking so much about, like... Well, okay, I can't make a map of the underground, that's up to you guys. But I at least sort of need to help, like, point out where things are, because I know, like, Dual Thrones, for instance, and, Armatox are saying that they want to go on adventures, and I need to sort of, like, help you guys, give you a map, show you where to go, show you where's safe, where's dangerous, where you should avoid. I think I need to chart out a map for you guys at some point, because otherwise you guys are gonna get lost, and then what do I do? You guys need a map and a compass. Well, technically the compass you can already get, but I should probably chart out a map for you at some point, which means we're most likely going to have to do a little bit of traveling in the future. It's our mess, there you go. I'll make it where the mines are, the griffin camps, the battlefield memorials. Don't tell us it's dangerous, those are the first places that'll get swarmed. Oh my gosh, you're right. If we get lost, we turn into wisps. Kind of. Does that mean Charming Falcon is half lost? Because they just left? No, they know where to go. You guys know where to leave after streams and meetings. Well, no, ghosts are different than wisps. Ghosts are kind of on a different field, I suppose. No, wait, not Charming, wait. Words. Charming Falcon is not a ghost. You're thinking of Vine Fox. Vine Fox is a ghost. Or Divine Fox. But ghosts are different than wisps, because wisps are more of like, in Stargazer sense, they're sort of a unique thing. There are other wisps, there are other, like, species of wisps, but they're different than Stargazers. And ghosts are kind of an entire separate entity as well. So, no, I would not say that Divine Fox is half lost. I think it's different. Spirit lore. I have an actual occult book on my bookshelf detailing a few cultures with ghosts and spirit lore. Trump into vacuum. No! No, Vessa! No! I wonder how many times Divine Fox has heard that joke. No vacuums. No vacuums. Unless you guys are dust bunnies. We have to clean the burrows somehow. We need like a Minchino. We need like a Pokemon here. We need like a Minchino with the broomtail. There'll be a Dust Bunny Stargazer one day now. Probably at some point. It wouldn't shock me. But no, I definitely need to map things out at some point. I think that will end up being important. It's just, Illusionari is very big, so I haven't really gotten around to making a map. Isn't Blank the Dust Bunny? Blank is probably the closest we have to the Dust Bunny, truthfully. Misheard as Macchiato wondered why you wanted a girl's frontline sniper rifle android. And here, I thought you were going to talk about a drink. There's a few sites that are dedicated to world and map building. I think I've looked at some of those sites. They don't really seem to fit what I need, though. I just need to, like... I need to explore outside the atelier a little bit more. They're D&D oriented? Yeah, that makes sense. I have seen a few, I have seen a few websites like that, but they're either behind some sort of paywall, or they seem like they're really complex, or they're not, like, including the things that we need. No! No, 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 you couldn't, no. That feels so wrong. Take us on a field trip, be Miss Frizzle. Oh my gosh. How would that even work? How would I even take you guys anywhere? Magic school bus, but it's a carriage? That sounds very fancy and elegant, but also very inefficient. It'll take you on a sled hauled by the deer. That sounds like it would be a nice sightseeing way of traveling by carriage. I need to figure out what's up with the deer too. We're going on an adventure. I think it would be nice to explore places outside the atelier and in it, because, you know, there's many rooms in the atelier too. But I haven't really, we walk just like Ash Ketchum. Why doesn't Ash Ketchum use more Pokemon for travel? Like, he's got a Charizard. Why are we not traveling on Charizard? Who knows fly? The deer used to haul the minecarts. It's fine. Oh my gosh. It's in you. Oh, okay. The person who just said that they're using deer to haul minecarts say that it would now be inhumane to fly on a Charizard. Please make that make sense. You couldn't pay me enough to trust that Charizard. Oh, okay. You know what? Vesa, you have a fair point with that specific Charizard. With that specific one. Deer isn't Pokemon. There's Deerling. There's Deerling and there's, what's the... Sawsbuck. There's Deerling and Sawsbuck. I feel like we should not be taking the deer for the mines, because that is straight up an episode out of My Little Pony. Deer isn't Deerling. That is literally an episode of My Little Pony. They were, like, capturing ponies to use for finding gemstones in the mines. Let's not reenact that episode of My Little Pony. I still laugh when I remember there is straight up just a Pokemon called Seal. And only Seal, yeah. Now we use them, oh my gosh. I mean, we could work with deer, we could get along with them, but like, we're not gonna, like, force them into doing things. Reject Seal, embrace Spheal. Embrace Spheal. I do like Spheal. Spheal is a very cute design. And I always think of the, what is it, the Drake and Josh meme. There's this one Drake and Josh meme, and it's it's Josh holding a Spheal and it says it's sphelical. Equal exchange? Oh my god. The one YouTube video that's a documentary about Spheal. Aren't there tons of Pokemon documentaries out now? I think there's a lot of Pokemon documentaries. Oh dear, but they're so useful. Puck, you don't have to worry, Joe will listen. You guys are killing me with the puns today. Absolutely annihilating me on the pun side. Need a Wooper one? The ones I've seen have been Wailord, Torchic, Spheal. I can't remember the others, but I know there's a lot. I know that there's one channel that's been making like a bunch of nature documentaries. Magikarp. I was gonna say, what's that Italian Pokemon? I've never heard of it before. Don't we always annihilate you with puns all the time? Not all the time. I think Vesa won the pun war today, though, I have to say. There's Doduo and Dodrio now? Okay, that makes sense. No, it's just Italian Magikarp. It's no big deal. Doduo and Dodrio would be an interesting one. Yeah, that was good. That was very good. Oh my gosh. My head is, like, spinning right now. What if Squirtle Squad was Magikarp? How would that work? Just, like, a party of Magikarp and one has glasses? One has shades? What are you- where are you thinking? Where are you going with this? Where are you going with Squirtle Squad with Magikarp? And then what does that make- No, because there was no Wartortle or Blastoise. So Gyarados doesn't make sense. Shadow Milk Cookie, hello, welcome in, how are you doing today? And thank you so much for following, welcome in. I see that you're new to IRIAM, I hope you're enjoying IRIAM so far. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune, and it's lovely to meet you. Italian Magikarp made me imagine Magikarp Mob. Oh my gosh. I think I'm too Pokemon illiterate to understand. Well, you know Magikarp. Squirtle Squad versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I feel like they'd get along. I could see them being buddies. I love how it keeps like autocorrecting on you. Mahikarp. Wait, if it's a Mahikarp, is it like a Mahi-Mahi? Is it like a Mahi-Mahi Magikarp? That's a- wait, that's a fish, right? A Mahi-Mahi? That's a big fish? That's a big fish, yes. A Mahi-Mahi Magikarp. That's a really big fish. They eat it to pizza. That would be like a... Be like 6 times the size of a regular Magikarp. Mahi could have been a lowland Magikarp. Oh, that would have worked so well! That would have worked so well! Mahikarp! That would have worked so well. Love your avatar? Thank you! I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Hire me at Nintendo. You know, the sad thing is, there's only been a few, non-Japanese created, Pokemon, and what, the non-Japanese Pokemon were the Gothorita line, the Vanillish line, and admittedly, Galarian, Rapidash, and Ponyta, which I do like, but yeah. The Gothorita and the Vanillish line were made by the non-Japanese character designer. But I am pretty sure that he did the Galarian Ponyta, so I have to give him a pass. Or wait, did he do the design work, or did he just do an illustration for it? Because there was merch illustration, I remember. Now I can't remember. Now I have to look this up, because now it's gonna bother me. Who designed Galarian Ponyta? Is it going to show me, or... It might not tell me. It might not tell me, but... Alright. Who designed Vanillish? Okay, so James Turner. So, now I have to look up James Turner Pokemon and see if Galarian is in there. Bulbapedia. Who'd you design? You did not design Galarian Ponyta. He just did an art piece for Galarian Ponyta. Okay, never mind then. He did box art for Pokemon Troze? Dang, okay. I didn't know he'd been back that far. And I know he did some merch lines. Hello, Vine Fox. Welcome in, welcome in. You seen the one episode from Pokemon with the giant Magikarp and the tan Nurse Joy during Orange League? I don't remember that off the top of my head. Miss character design from Sword and Shield. Scarlet and Violet characters are rough by comparison. Did he do any of the... He did not design any of the, He did not design the Sword and Shield character. Oh, he designed the professors in Scarlet and Violet. That's interesting. And he designed the characters in Troze. Interesting, interesting. No! Vessa, no vacuum! No vacuum! Do not vacuum the ghost! Please! Were these called Coliseum Pokemon? I guess these are from Coliseum. Okay. Okay. Did he actually... Is this like designed by him, or is this like just the art? Because it says that he designed Tatsugiri. I find that a little hard to believe. Professors in Scarlet and Violet look great. Most of the gym leaders are meh. Normal NPCs are horrendous. Yeah, true. Moral, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going? Nice to see you. Hello, hello. Congrats on the event placement. Thank you. Thank you. I was very, very much unexpected. How are you doing, Moral? There's theory about all the Nurse Joys that they're not human, but Pokemon. So wouldn't Officer Jenny be a Pokemon because of the sisters? That's an interesting, theory. What Pokemon would Nurse Joy be? How'd everyone feel about the catching gate? That sounds familiar, but I can't recall it right now. Ditto? Okay, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. I've been good. How about you? I've been alright. I've been alright. We unfortunately started the stream with a lot of tech stuff. But now we're good. Now we're good. I'm glad to hear you've been well. It's lovely to see you. Yeah, I feel like no matter what, I'm always just gonna be like the scuff streamer on here. Likewise, I do feel like there is still a little bit of like beta tech stuff on IRIAM that we deal with. Zapdos made its long way to return. Yeah, true. There's kind of a joke here that every time there's technical issues, it's Zapdos messing things up. All right, wait. What other Pokemon has? Okay. So he designed the Paldean Tauros line. He designed Tatsugiri. I do find that surprising because like all of these designs are designs I'm not fans of. And then there's Tatsugiri. Like, how did that happen? And apparently Shadow Lugia. How does the guy who designed Vanillish end up also being the one to design Tatsugiri and Shadow Lugia? Can somebody explain this to me? Zapdos bored. Forgot to pay for its Netflix, so we will pay instead. Oh, that's not fair, man. How did this end up happening? It means the guy is talented. I mean, how do you go from designing Vanillish to designing Tatsugiri? Or Bruxish. He also he designed Bruxish and Guzzlord and other of the, what are they? The Ultra Beasts. What's your beef with Vanillish? I don't like food Pokemon. This is a really weird lineup of designs. He also did the Galarian Zigzagoons. Alchemy is not, like, directly a food. Alchemy is not, like... Alchemy has, like, whipped cream motifs, but isn't, like, a direct food. You know what I mean? I like food Pokemon, I could just eat them up. Ha 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 ha. Alchemy is, like... Alchemy is, like, a creature that looks food-ish. Vanillish is just ice cream. I kind of like the punk goons. I mean, yeah, I don't hate that design. It's a cream golem. Gonna head out to go eat from the ice cream talk. Alright, Shadow Milk Cookie. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. What do you mean gatekeeping? What do you mean gatekeeping about food Pokemon? How is that gatekeeping to have an opinion? How does that make any sense? How is that gatekeeping? That doesn't make any sense, guys. What does that mean? He also designed Sinistea and Poltegeist. And allegedly Dynamax Pikachu? Really? He designed Dynamax Pikachu? That's wild. He designed the Strange Ultra Beast Mosquito one. And Phantom. And the Vulture. This is this is a strange resume of designs, I have to say. I mean, okay, I mean, good on this guy for getting to be the one, like, non-Japanese designer to get to design Pokemon. That's crazy. So he finalized Shadow Lugia based on initial sketch designs. He designed all the characters for Battle Revolution. He got into Game Freak right before the release of Black and White, and said that for the interview process, he had to design a Pokemon on the spot. Huh. Interesting. The moment was too fleeting to come up with a fully fledged Pokemon with a backstory. Turner had mentioned that this design was originally Ghostly Tree, which would later go on to become Phantom in X and Y. Interesting, interesting. Hello, hello, Gold! Welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going? That is such an interesting resume. So the first game he worked on was Colosseum. And he first worked on battle camera, cutscenes, and game effects. Then he went on to do all the, allegedly finalizing Shadow Lugia, which seems like a huge deal. Then the designs for Battle Revolution, then Black and White, and then X and Y. Okay, so I guess he didn't get to do any of the... Wait, the timeline doesn't make sense. We're back? What happened? What happened? Did things glitch out? Buy a 3DS so you can play Sun and Moon. Phone died. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish there was a better way to optimize this. I'm sorry. Zap just didn't like my comment. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're really, like, every time we mess with Nintendo, something goes wrong, doesn't it? GG Pro, hello, welcome in, welcome in. That is such a strange resume. Okay, I'm trying to understand the timeline. Like, the order... the order of events here, right? So, hang on a sec. Can't see anything here. Where... So, okay. He first worked on Coliseum. He was responsible for the battle effects, battle camera, and cutscenes. For XD Gale of Darkness, he finalized Shadow Lugia based on initial sketches, which kind of seems huge. You go from, like, designing the special effects to, like, designing the main cover Pokemon of a giant 3D game. That seems kind of crazy. Then he designs all the characters for Battle Revolution. And this was all at Genius Sonority, which I guess was doing, like, more of the 3D spin-off stuff. And then he got into Game Freak before Black and White, and then had to design Phantump, which ended up in X and Y, and then the earliest Pokemon that he did were from X and Y. So this guy worked at a different company that was working on the 3D Pokemon spin-off games, designed Shadow Lugia, leaves for a bit, then gets hired at Game Freak, and then starts being a Pokemon designer entirely. That's insane. That's insane. So before designing, like, any of the X and Y Pokemon, it's like, oh, what's your experience? I designed Shadow Lugia. Or I finalized Shadow Lugia. That's wild to me. Can I say the price for games seem to keep going up and I'm not okay with it? I definitely agree with that, GT Pro. I can understand where you're coming from for sure. I was saying earlier, right? Like, I'm used to in my head, games are still supposed to be, like, 30 to maybe 40? And not any higher? That's why we play indie games on Steam. I literally was saying that. I was talking about this, and I said, oh, I guess I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna remain, Vessel was talking about how, like, handheld games have always been cheaper. They've always been, like, not priced as high as full console stuff. And I was saying, like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna remain on handheld and indie stuff. We just got $70 games, almost none of them are worth that. The only one I think is worth it is TOTK. They want some to be 100. I can't fathom that. They're making physical games more expensive, which makes sense, either production costs, but still. It's like $10 for the cartridge, which is now going to be a vibrant red. Which is now going to be like a vibrant red. And how do people feel about the color? Because no one seemed to say anything about the color, but I think that a giant red cartridge is just gonna be like a total eyesore. Like, did they make it red to make it, like, less appealing? Because they're clearly trying to push digital as much as they can without entirely getting away with it. Without entirely dropping physical. So, like, with all the changes to physical, did they just make it, like, as unappealing as possible intentionally? Old Pokemon GBA games had color. Those were tasteful, though, and those had a reason for being in color. Like, they stood out for being in color, right? You had red version, which was red, blue version, which was blue. You had Ruby, which was, like, a really cool, sparkly effect cartridge. Sapphire, sparkly effect cartridge. Crystal, first to do it. And now we've just got, like, bright Nintendo red on every game you own. I don't feel like that's going to look good. I didn't see the full direct. Is it going to be able to play Switch 1 carts? It is, except for more of their gimmicky stuff, like the Nintendo Labo stuff. I want to see how it sells first, then when people complain about the colors, they remake them. Yeah, it'll be like, limited edition, we went back to gray. I don't know, I feel like the black background is just sleek for your cartridge games, and, like, we've had that since the DS, and the only games that were colored were the Pokemon games, and it was like a special way for the Pokemon as a whole to stand out from all the other stuff, right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. When I think about a colored cartridge game, I only consider Pokemon. Maybe there was like one or two more that were colored, but I don't know, like, I just feel like a really harsh, vibrant red is not going to look good. And I can't tell if that's intentional or not. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if anyone's gonna know this, but the old Nickelodeon VHS were neon orange. Like the entire VHS was just bright highlighter orange. That's what it reminds me of. Dragon Quest did that to copy Pokemon. That doesn't shock me. I think Zelda game was like silver and gold. The original Zelda was gold, yeah. But again, that was like a really specific thing to showcase that this was like super important. Still have some of the Nickelodeon VHS, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know the color. Also, hello, Kenneth. Ocarina of Time had a golden cartridge and see-through version? That makes sense. But again, like, you're separating a franchise to being more unique and more special than the others so that they stand out as something special. If you told me that going forward all the Mario games would be in red, that would make sense. Mario Red is like the main color. Nintendo and Mario go well together because Nintendo Red and Mario Red match. So if you said all the going Mario themed games are gonna be red, I'd be like, okay, so you want that color to signify the Mario franchise. Makes sense. You want the colored ones to signify the Pokemon franchise. Gold to signify Zelda. All makes sense. No, we're just going to turn all of them bright red. What are we gonna do when we have, like, I don't know, Pokemon, Opal and, Turquoise version, and the cartridge is red? You could have had red for Scarlet and Violet. You could have red for Scarlet, but no. Now we're just gonna have, like, Scarlet and Scarlet. Some of the TMNT VHS were green at the time. See, that's like the one time where it makes sense, though. Switch to cartridge being red is kind of minor. Only big issue for very high detailed artists like yourself. For the general public, probably won't care as much. I don't know. I think you don't have to be an artist to care about the aesthetics of your product. I can imagine the hall. We have Mario Bros, Paper Mario, Mario Party, Pokemon Ruby Red, and Mario Kart. Exactly. Bacon, hello, welcome in. Didn't they do that with the black and white, though? Did they? I don't think they did. I think black and white were both regular. Remember my Game Boy Color Pokemon Yellow being yellow? Yeah, exactly. I think that the black and white cartridge was just standard, because I had them both at one point. And I think that it was just the sticker that separated them. I think they were the regular colors. You know, that's the other thing, is like, because I was thinking about that at one point. I was like, if you're going to make the things colored, right? Like, red version and ruby and sapphire and all that, then they're gonna have to be bigger to, like, showcase that they're a different color. So I was really surprised when I saw the red, cartridge, because I'm thinking to myself, like, if they're going to do a color gimmick, then you need a bigger cartridge for it. Now that the cartridge is so small, like, the color gimmick, it doesn't have the same kind of effect. But no, now they're all just like, I don't know, they're gonna look like some weird kind of colored Tic Tac. If people start mistaking them for candy because they're now colorful, I don't want to hear it. Three-tailed fox, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you, hello, hello. I think Diamond and Pearl, still my favorites out of the series for some reason, stopped the color cartridge thing. I think they did, yeah. It's like looking at the NES cartridge, yeah. Three-tailed fox, hello. I am biased towards your name. I hope you're doing well today. But yeah, that's my rant on the colored cartridges. I know Sihiro is like, oh, that's something only an artist would care about. No, I can see collectors being upset by that. I can see that making collectors upset. The ones who, like, display all their cartridges. Because trust me, there's a whole world of people who just focus on, like, the most pretty cartridge displays ever. And that's gonna mess people up. I think. Eat a cartridge? No, but if they make it look like candy, I don't think that's useful. What about colorblind people? Well, I don't know about colorblind people because, I mean, depends on what level of colorblindness, right? Not everyone is entirely colorblind. Some people are just red-green colorblind. I want to eat a Pokemon cartridge and hear my belly play the Lavender Town theme. Newbie Reaper. I have a Switch case that's slightly darker red than the rest, and it bugs me, and I'm not an artist. See? That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be an illustrator to be bugged by color choice aesthetic. Although, I don't know if that's your Switch case. Maybe they'll match now. Who knows? Another fox. We've got a lot of foxes here now. We're building the fox community up here. Yeah, I feel like you can just be bothered by aesthetic choices regardless, because everybody has taste. You might not be an illustrator, you might not be someone who draws on paper or tablet, but you can still, like, have opinions on how stuff looks, right? That's why interior decorating. Foxes and bunnies living together? Heck yeah. They all become bunnies here. Well, yeah, okay, that's true. Foxes and bunnies can live together, but people here just sort of do turn into bunnies. Also, another game I have has the name of the... Another game I have has the name on the spine of the case centered instead of at the top. Ugh! Wait, what did... Okay, yeah, that would bother me. That would bother me a lot. I was just, like, looking over at the case shells, and I was just like, what is it? Okay, yeah, that would be bothersome. It's a natural process, one of us. Oh my gosh. I never force people to join the atelier, but if they ever want to, they are always welcome to. Angry OCD Vesta noises. No, I understand. That's valid. That's very valid. Bunny peer pressure. No, Eve. Let's not scare away new viewers, please. We are friendly here, I swear. This is a, well, I was about to say calm. We're not really, there's not really any calm anymore. It's friendly. I can't guarantee calm anymore, but it is friendly. Yeah, exactly. We're not calm, but we are friendly. Tarar, hello, welcome in, how's everything going? Good to see you, hello. Nice and less challenged is the word. Well, don't go picking fights. Don't go, like, picking your challenges, right? Raz, so hyped for Switch 2? What are you most excited for, Tarar? I'm a chill guy? That is perfectly acceptable here. I will say that I cannot guarantee that the vicinity is always chill, but you do have other, you do have people who are also fans of just chilling and relaxing too. But no, Vessa! No biting, please. Only in times of war do we pick fights. Well, it depends. I've seen other times. The Professor Layton World of Steam game, so hyped. Oh, that does look really good. Is that gonna be a Switch 2 exclusive? Three-tailed Fox, thank you for the off-kai. Thank you for the off-kai sticker. Is World of Steam gonna be exclusive? It wouldn't be, right? Because they announced it earlier. If they announced it earlier, it's probably not going to be, right? Hopefully? Well, On the other hand, I've heard some somewhat troubling stuff, so I don't know, I guess I'm on the fence about it. I'll have to see. Switch and Switch 2? I would imagine, right? Because they announced it really, really early, so I feel like it would have to also be on the Switch if they're going to announce it that early on. But it does look fun. It does look fun. I still have other Professor Layton games that I haven't finished though, so I feel like I would need to focus on those first. Because when the DS eShop was closing down, they had huge sales on the Layton and Ace Attorney series. So I grabbed a lot of the Layton and Ace Attorney games. So I still need to play those. And also the crossover one that was only an eShop thing. Writer of Thought, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Very intriguing username you have there. They held it till this year. I wonder if they knew they were moving it to Switch 2. They held the release, but they didn't hold the announcement, right? And Leo, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I'm wondering about that, right? Like, that's probably like, okay, every time I see one of the Nintendo announcements, people are always, like, screaming for Silksong. That's probably why, they didn't announce it for the longest time, is because they were, like, waiting for it to be announced for Switch 2. So, with stuff like Professor Layton, it's like, okay, you announced it so early, so you couldn't have pushed it off to the latest console. You must be doing it for both, right? Layton versus Wright, who do you think is biggest brain? I would say Layton, because with Wright, isn't a lot of it, like, aided by external parties? Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright collab went so hard with the music. I'll have to check it out later. No spoilers on that. No spoilers. I haven't played it. I haven't played it. I do like both, though. I like the vibes of both. And Layton music is also really Ace Attorney music is also really good. I mean, they're both good. I don't know. They're both very good. But yeah, I think that Ace Attorney is, like, more helped by a lot of third-party stuff, so. Although I do like Luke a lot. Thank you for the ship, Three-Tailed Fox. I appreciate it. We love the blue boy. Yeah, exactly. I'd like to see them remaster some of those games for the Switch, but so many of the puzzles require the touchscreen. True. Which is probably why they ended up having to make World of Steam, right? They had to design whole new games that didn't require touchscreen. You know, Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney is the reason we got Miles Edgeworth game, and it inspired all future Ace Attorney games to have animated cutscenes. Oh, interesting, interesting. I do know there's a ton of remastered Ace Attorney games for Switch 2. Not Switch 2, but for the Switch as well. But I grabbed all of mine with the eShop closing, so that's what I'm focusing on. I grabbed them all with the eShop shutting down. I hope my DS doesn't die off anytime soon, because those are all, like, specifically tied there. Classic DS games have the most random charm to them that I always love going back to. Yeah, I agree, I agree. There's something very, like, uniquely friendly about DS stuff that just, I can't see replicated anywhere else. Like, it's not in the Game Boy stuff, and it's not in the Switch stuff. The DS just had such a friendly atmosphere to it, right? With, like, all of the camaraderie elements. I was talking to a friend earlier about, like, you know, Street Pass and PictoChat and that kind of stuff. That was a good time. That was a good line. Pokemon Gen 4 Remaster was very faithful, but didn't need the touchscreen very much. Maybe the motion sensor could help adapt the touchscreen mechanics. Interesting idea. Yeah, how did the Gen 4 remake work with, like, the fossils? Now, wait. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't the Nintendo Switch actually have touchscreen? Not in the way that it has a stylus, but doesn't it have a touchscreen? Also, Three-Tailed Fox, thank you so much for following. Thank you, thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Miles Edgeworth 2 will only be available in Japan for over 10 years. Dang. In some games, yes. It has weird motion control. I know it has some form of touch, because you can type with it, right? You can type on it, right? So it, like, I wonder what the difference is. And if you already have the technology in there, then why not just go all the way and have it have a touchscreen? So that we could have DS remake stuff on the Switch. In the remaster, if you have the Switch out of the dock, you can tap the screen. If you have it in the dock, then you have to click. Ah, okay. I don't know. I know that Vessa and I are, like, dying for them to remake, Soul to Robo on the Nintendo Switch. The likelihood of that happening is very, very, very small, but yeah. They release a new touchscreen version. What, oh, because then they can just be like, hey guys, new update. You have to buy a whole new console. I blame the Joy-Cons, they really wanted them to be a seller. Yeah, true. I was typing that up before you said anything about it. Incredible. I understand that there's, like, I get that there's Fuga, but Fuga is a completely different genre and a completely different aesthetic. Like, yes, you still have your cute anther animals, but very, very, very different direction. I was surprised to see new Hyrule Warriors game. It makes sense, though. Like, it's very set up story-wise. It'd be nice if they did Mario and Luigi RPG remakes, like Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Need those DS games to be 60 FPS, yeah. Well, they do have the Band of Brothers one, right? The Brotherhood? Like, that was a very pleasant surprise. I play the Switch in the dock so often I never knew any of the games utilized touchscreen mechanics. That's fair. Soul to Robo world building is way more interesting. It is, yeah. It's a lot more colorful. It's a lot more vibrant. It's not like, I get it. Fuga has very deep, compelling, emotional storytelling, but Soul to Robo has some of that while still keeping things, like, lighthearted and very lived in. Soul to Robo feels extremely lived in. And I really admire that. It's cool with the new GameCube controller for Switch 2. That you can customize button function. That is the one thing that I'm jealous about, is the Switch 2 Pro controller finally having the advanced back buttons. I wish we had had that a long time ago. Also needs a Babseed? Is that like a remix? MLP remix stuff? Kirby Air Riders game also seems to be fun, especially knowing Sakurai is directing it after how many years. Yeah, that's true. I'm not used to, seeing the star have a jetpack, but looking at the previous Air Ride game, it looks like that was also a thing, so I have to give it a pass. But that does sort of throw me off a little bit. The star getting a jetpack. I don't know. That doesn't... I want my star to be magic. I want my star to not have a jetpack attached to it. I was showing a 6-year-old Animal Crossing. She's been trying to learn Switch games. I had to explain what a GameCube was when she was very surprised at me saying Animal Crossing was my first game. Oh, man. The GameCube Animal Crossing was so different. Like, everyone was so much meaner. Like, really genuinely unkind. But it was, like, looking back on it, it's funny. Like, it was amusing, right? And now everything is, like, played too soft, and the characters never really ever get mad at you, so it doesn't have the same, growth feeling when you finally get the hating character to stop hating you. That was always very, very interesting to me, was that mechanic of, like, having the villagers warm up to you, and now they just, like, automatically are chill with you. But I guess that's a difference between, like, in the latest games, you're sort of going into the town at the same time, like, you know, remote island, fixing the place up all together, versus, like, in the first games, you're sort of invading their existing town, and then it's like, newcomer here to cause problems, what is this? Babseed's good because it has, sonic audio. I don't know what that is, but okay. I'm sorry, I don't know, like, anything music-related. If we wanted the villagers to be mad at us or allowing more unique personalities, does that make us a weird person? I don't think so. I think it's just, I think it's just, it creates intrigue. Oh, it's a Five Nights at Freddy's song? Wait, that's, oh, okay. I thought you were misspelling Babseed, like My Little Pony. I don't think I ever got Gruff the Goat to like me, but now I don't think I could annoy anyone, even if I hit him with a net, but I haven't tried. I think the only thing that'll happen in the newest games, they'll be like, hey, don't do that, and then just, like, move on with their day. But yeah, I remember the goat being really hard to befriend, and, Chief. Chief the Wolf was always very, very hard to get on your side. But I like Chief. I still wish that we had, that was the one thing that I wish that we had gotten was, were fox villagers that weren't just Crazy Red. Because Crazy Red has, like, gives people such a bad opinion of foxes, you know? We're not all like Crazy Red. We need some regular fox villagers too. FNF, Friday Night Funkin'. Oh, the rhythm game. Okay, sorry. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's would be with the A. That's really confusing acronym. FNF and FNAF. That doesn't make things easy to figure out, you know? Dara, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Before Crazy Red, I remember the Fox Salesman from the Ghibli movie? Fox Salesman? I feel like I would have remembered that. Who was the Fox Salesman in a Ghibli movie? Does anybody know what... Ghibli movie about Tanuki. Pocoroso. Or no, Pompoko? Is it Pompoko? No, Pocoroso's the pigs. Pompoko. Okay. I don't think I ever saw that one. Got both? What? English dub of the Animal Crossing movie. I do love the Animal Crossing movie. It's very cute. Okay, I never saw Pompoko, so I guess I missed the one fox in a Ghibli movie. There's a suspicious fox guy who disguises as a male business. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. The one time that there's a fox. Oh well. I do love The Cat Returns though. That's a really cute one. That's a really good one. Just in terms of like characters that would probably be similar to fox characters. I have not seen every Ghibli movie, but I guess I missed the one with a fox. That's alright. Petition to adapt your avatar into a rainbow fox AC villager. That would be interesting. I don't know how that would play out. I do have like a regular fox form, but I don't know how that would play out in general. I don't know, I'd probably just hang out with Rosie a lot. Or Whitney. Whitney or Rosie. I like them a lot. Or Meringue. What is it? I did an Animal Crossing painting once, and it was Whitney, Rosie, Meringue, and Julian. I think those are my favorite villagers. Although I do really end up sounding like Sky a lot, so I guess Sky by proxy as well. Profile is sort of a fox, but hey, it's Galaxy theme. I mean, hey, we've got Galaxy theme here too. I like Julian's aesthetic, because Julian has like the whole Zodiac thing going on. But yeah, I've been compared a lot to Sky. All right. I think Did someone make fan art of me as an AC character? Did they? I don't recall. I don't remember. Writer of Thought, thank you so much for following. Thank you, thank you. Alright. I think I will probably wrap it up here. I got a little more tired than I thought I would. But if you haven't yet, words. If you want to subscribe on YouTube or consider joining the Discord, if you go to my IRIAM profile, there should be a link to my YouTube, and if you subscribe there and then check the About section, there should be a link to the Discord. It is a safe for work Discord. But we would be happy to have you. After Lost Fine Fox. I appreciate it greatly. I'd love to see you in the Discord. It's your best way of getting notifications when I'm going live, and you can also meet the fellow stargazers, learn more about stargazers, learn more about our chaos, and if you're a creative person who does artwork, then we definitely have a place for you. There's quite a lot of art-focused channels, too. Again, it is a safe for work Discord. Please keep that in mind, but we'd be happy to see you. I will not be here tomorrow, but I will be here Friday. So I will see you all. Learn about our chaos. I will see you all Friday. And with that, I just realized that I haven't been streaming on the YouTube side died apparently. That's incredible. Alright. It stopped like just now, I guess. Scuff as always, yeah. But I will see you guys Friday. Thank you so, so much, everybody. I appreciate you all very much. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night. And all the best. Thank you.